All right, welcome to another trucking video. You're gonna do things a little bit different and see how it goes, but I'm gonna be using this Freightliner. I'm in the midst of a job right now, which is this job to Iowa, or from Iowa City to Montana. From Kalispell, or to Kalispell at the Walmart Megastore. And I don't remember what this job is. Oh, nuts. Of course. So yeah, we're delivering nuts to Walmart. I do have some mods. I'll put them in the description below. I also am using Snowymoon and a reshade. And some of that information can be found in the comments below. I also got DashPanel for my dashes. If you haven't seen it yet, I have a few videos about this this dash. This is from a international Navistar / TerraStar / Durastar, depending on what trucks you can find. But it's an actual dash that I hollowed out, threw an iPad in, got the trim pieces for, and it's just an iPad that runs DashPanel. This runs DashPanel, but then it also runs the new TrucksimGPS app. And then I've got the Hori truck system in here, rocking and rolling. So here we go. Get this thing going. All right.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, I went to a roadside sort of thing to check out a video, is what I did. So honestly, this is going to take a second to load. It'll be a little choppy at first. We might be able to just hit that video up. So hold on a second. Let me see. I remember that being somewhere here in the gallery. If you go to viewpoints, let's see. This is all California. We don't want California. Come on. Let's go to Iowa, maybe Idaho. I don't know exactly where we're at right now. We're going to try Idaho. I don't think it's that one. Well, maybe we won't do it. Where else would we be? Missouri, potentially, I suppose. It's not Joplin. We're not in Joplin. What do we say here? Where are we at? I am in Grand Island. Let's get this thing situated here. Grand Island. Oh, just got out of Lincoln, Nebraska. Okay, so Nebraska is probably where we want to be. Let's see. Nebraska, I know you exist. Here we go. This is it right there, the Great Platte Monument. We're going to check this out real quick. Just so you can kind of see some of the graphic settings and whatnot. And what things kind of look like, at least at this point in the day. Everything looks pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's a pretty good lighting setup. It looks slightly different on my TV, I think, than it does in the actual video. I think the video ends up giving it a little bit more saturation than I would like, but you get the idea. It's a pretty cool looking setup. It looks very, very realistic to me. So there's buffalo out there just chilling. TriStar Pictures at the Motel 6, apparently. There's my truck out there towards the top. All right, well, we've seen it now, so that's where we're at. Anyways, we're gonna get this thing rolling. Just forewarning, it does take a minute for some of the choppiness to stop with these settings. for whatever reason, whatever it's loading in the background takes a second, so you may see a little bit more chop than you normally would, but that part right off there. Alright, we gotta see if we can figure out how to get out of here. I think I can only probably turn right that way, which looks like the direction I want to go anyways, so I suppose that will work, won't it? Nothing coming. Nice little lake out there. I'm driving, I don't know if I mentioned, but I'm driving the Freightliner Cascadia. I've got the digital mirrors, so I've got like the real mirrors and the digital mirrors on here. This is one of my favorite trucks. I love this truck. It's just a nice ride. I do need to upgrade the engine. It is a very low-powered engine, so definitely need to do that bit. Haven't quite done that yet, but I've got some other upgrades that I've done to this one so far. So, but yeah, if you look out, I mean, this to me, at least from my vantage point on the settings of my TV plus the reshade and Snowymoon, this looks very realistic to me, like color-wise. And the way kind of the warmth of the sun comes in and out, that kind of a thing, it's very, very cool, very reminiscent of like real scenarios. So hopefully it looks pretty good on the video as well. This won't be like a super long one, but I did want to do another one where I can combine my actual equipment feed plus the feed from the game, just so you can kind of see more what I'm working with here, all combined. And hopefully we don't have any kind of weird AI traffic problems. That's always the thing with this game. Sometimes you just can't help it. You get into an accident or something weird happens just because it's beyond your control. But for the most part, it's always pretty solid. Let's see. So we have 11 hours till we need to sleep. And then we've got about 3/4 on our tank. So we're doing pretty good to go for a little while here. It's a nice sunny day. Well, clear day at least, it looks like. And this weather mod that I have is just one of the free ones from the Steam Workshop, so pretty impressive for the Steam Workshop stuff, and that's all I use really for mods. I do have the Snowymoon and the shaders, the reshade. I do those, which are kind of a mod, I suppose. But other than that, all my mods come from the workshop. I prefer not to have to deal with updating them and messing with all that. I just saw today that the Illinois DLC, I think, is being released on May 14th of 2026 here, so that makes me extremely happy. I've been waiting for that Illinois DLC so badly. Eventually they'll get to Indiana and then my life will be complete, but I don't know what's going on here. Well, that was unfortunate. I don't know why you're stopping on a dime here, buddy, but I didn't really see anything happening. I hear a helicopter. All these people are just all stopped. Well, that is unfortunate. Put some points on my license there. AI traffic, again, if it was real world scenario, you would have a sense of like depth where you'd be able to recognize those situations. But in this sim, I don't have that kind of depth that I can really see distance like that. So I have to rely on the AI at least giving some kind of good warning that it's doing something. And for the most part, the AI really sucks and tends to just slam on brakes quite often. So, oh, we must be loading something big here. Not sure what, but it really is chugging. I haven't had like a frame dip like that for a while. It'll get a little choppy here and there, but I don't know what we're coming up to. Something particularly taxing, apparently. But yeah, sometimes that AI traffic just is way less than desired as far as the intelligence it has. It's kind of like when people veer in from the when they kind of like merge in. If you don't watch out, sometimes those cars will just merge directly into the side of you without thinking about it at all. So you could be doing the best run of your life and then end up having to pay $1,000 for a repair bill because the AI decided to hit you on an off-ramp, or on-ramp rather. That happens all the time. Those kind of things happen all the time. So it's one annoyance of this sim, but it's alright. Just gotta brush it off. That one was probably more my fault than anything, but it's alright. We'll roll with it. So we got 10 hours before we have to sleep here. It's going to be, at this rate, it's going to be about 21 hours before we get to Montana and Kalispell. 1,059 miles left. Still about a quarter in the fuel tank. Speed and kills. I'm driving my reefer with the adjustable tandems, which is really awesome because I love adjusting the tandems. It's a really neat feature that you can mess with in this game. It's another layer of reality, pseudo-reality. Here, when I look out in the distance in these kind of scenarios, this looks good. This to me, it looks like what I remember from driving out west, and just the feel, like the warmth of the light as it kind of comes through the clouds, and you can kind of feel spaces between clouds and things. It just looks and feels really good. It just makes you feel like it's for real. TrucksimGPS is awesome as well. I'm splitting out my 13-inch iPad here between DashPanel with some of these accessory gauges, and then TrucksimGPS. And that TrucksimGPS is pretty darn awesome. I can't wait until they make a few little improvements here and there, but even as it is, it's pretty excellent. It just lets you kind of get away from using the in-game dash more or less most of the time. The only times I really have to bring that up are when I need to figure out where I need to drop something off. That can be kind of hard to find, especially in bigger places. You'd have no idea where you're supposed to actually drop off. So I do use the in-game for that, which I do have just a button to bring it up basically, so I can just bring it up like this here. But other than that, I prefer just to, kind of just use all the gauges that are physically in front of me, and it definitely helps with the immersion. But this dash was a really interesting project that I didn't think might work. I just wasn't sure, but it just happened to work out perfect, and I am super, super happy with it. Originally, if you've seen some of the other shorts and stuff I've thrown on the channel, like I had this black bit in the center originally, and that was pretty cool, and I tried to trim it out, make it look nice, but then I just happened to find somebody had this trim piece real cheap. Now it's technically from a different truck, which is why the trim doesn't quite match here, but it did match my chair, and I was just really excited that I could kind of trim it out, from a piece of a truck. And at this point, like, it's a pretty neat little thing. Now, inside is a 10-inch, 10.2-inch, 9th gen iPad, I believe. It's the 9th gen. And if it's in there, well, those iPads are getting pretty slow. But for something like this, it's perfect. It works great. And then this 13-inch, this is a 13-inch M2 Air. Is this iPad? So it's got plenty. It has plenty of juice, but yeah, it's definitely not using hardly any of it. But it's a larger size. I do like the larger size of them. So that's kind of. Originally, I was going to put it in this, but it hung up too much over the top, so I swapped them, put the smaller one in here, and then the larger one here. So I did pull out the gauges of the center of this, basically gutted the center of it out. But these side gauges, they're not functional, but I ended up just gluing the needles on, gluing the faces and the needles on, so that I could have something stay there. I thought about just blanking them out, but this was kind of cool just to keep the gauges there. Gotta love that adaptive cruise control. Well, might have to stop at this one. We'll see. Hey, Illinois, it's coming. It's coming. All right.
Okay, let's find a new route.
smokestacks out there. That's pretty cool. Cheyenne, Wyoming. Oh, I'm surprised they didn't complain about my the shape of my truck. This is my truck, by the way. Got those sweet stealth blackout wheels. That's my reefer trailer. If I didn't show that before. So I had 7 hours before I had to rest, so don't really quite feel the need to do it yet. This is a pretty quick job, so I don't really want to rest too much. And I want to rest when I need to, not before I need to. So it'll be a little bit here. Probably around the end of the video. I'll go ahead and do that. I did have head tracking on this with the Beam eye tracker, and that was pretty decent. But I started to find that as I got these gauges, it was really distracting when I would put my head down to look at these gauges, look side to side, things like that. And it just was, the whole setup was just kind of distracting at that point. So switched things up, took it off. This steering wheel has plenty of buttons to do different angles and sides and things, and it works just fine. It was a cool thing to have head tracking, and I've tried it several times. It's always cool, but I think I always come to the same conclusion at the end. It's just not quite for me because
never mind. I'll find
I always try to do something like this. Oops. Cheyenne? That's probably why we had those little loading spikes there, I'm sure. I mean, there's actually, I thought that lane ended for some reason. There's actually a viewpoint coming up on the left.
Go straight on.
So I'm not going to try to get there, but it exists. When the road trip expansion comes out, that's what I'm going to do with my car when I first get it, is just drive around and get all these things, all the pictures, all the videos. You guys got some fancy sound and engine there. Texas Roadhouse. I don't think I've been to Cheyenne, but I could be wrong. I definitely don't remember that Union Pacific building there. Also, there's a big train yard, I think. DHL caravan.
And then turn left.
Serious DHL going on here. KFC. Got a KFC. Gas US Exxon gas station. Church. That's probably what the picture is of the church, I bet.
Turn left.
I should get over here because I bet the other lane ends. Cowboy. I wonder what that is. That is a cool place. Whatever that is. Just a
Go
park.
straight on.
Oh, it's a boot. It's the boot. Ah, yes. Sorry, buddy. I was just watching the boot. It's my bad. We gotta get over here apparently.
Go straight on.
Oh.
Keep right. And then turn right. Turn right.
So now we've seen that town. So we may need to get over again here. Kind of worried about that guy merging into me, to be honest.
Go straight on. Keep right. And then turn right. Turn right.
2587. Stronger engine in this thing. Struggles up some of these hills sometimes. Casper. One thing that the Snowymoon reshade thing does too, which I love, is that they fix the depth of field problem that this game has. I feel like the depth of field is fine. Besides, it's just way too close for my comfort, and you can't adjust that in the configuration settings like if you manually adjust. But this does it kind of for you, which I appreciate. because you can see more of it. Seeing something on the road here, I'm going to stop. Not in dire straits yet. Might as well get gas if we go. That's as good a place as any. Let's go ahead and just stop there.
Rerouting. Go straight on.
So it looked like there was gas and some sleeping down here. Go ahead and head that direction. This GPS is great too because it does have a quick search function. So you can just easily just hit the search and then decide what you're looking for and just get there, which is really nice if you don't see anything that you can stop at. But this should work out just fine. Be a little bit more scenic, but this is going to be a tiny place too. It's okay. Just got to figure out how to get in there. Sleeping area is over here, it looks like. We'll get gas first and then whip around that way. There should be plenty of space. Alright. Some fuel, pump one, get a hot dog, traditional hot dog, and don't forget about the super juice. $3 for a super juice. Try delicious all natural super juices and drinks, man. That is just feel like I need one now. It's a train somewhere. A little camping, like a RV camping spot over here. That's pretty neat. pull up on the curb here, I guess, because that's where it looks like our sleepy spot probably is. As long as these four-wheelers don't get in my way. Look, there's a trash thing. We throw away our trash. Nope. Yep, that's a very small, tight spot, apparently. Alright. This is good here. Alright. Let's... get some... Did it actually do that? Oh my god, I hate when it does that. This game hates itself sometimes. There we go. Every once in a while, those spots are so small, it's hard to hit it just right. Let's see what it's looking like out here. Very overcast. But all that being said, oh, it's starting to rain. Yep, I think it's about time to finish this off. So I will say farewell. Hopefully you had some entertainment riding with me here. But more than anything, hopefully you kind of get a better idea of what this setup looks like and how I kind of use it. And yeah, forgive the rear ending. I'm usually a pretty good driver, so with that, we'll end it, and I'll talk to you later. So long.